Hello everybody, my name is Aknox and welcome to another Rider Rose video. Today we'll be checking out Aspen's tenants, possible tenants. He is coming next week, so we will be speculating about the tenants. So let's start. As you all know, the first hero in Tenant Spot 1 are always the normal faction of the Transcendence heroes. So in this case, Aspen will have the Dark Aspen as their first hero tenant. And for the second spot, for spot 1, we have heroes like Rogan, Andrea, Ignis, and Fiona in these four factions, which are all kinda healers, and Fiona gives shields, so they're all kinda healer supports. Except there's an Itakua, I don't know. Like, it could be a Gustin, but at the same time, Gustin doesn't heal, right? Yeah, he removes some control effects, I think. But I don't know about the healing part. Maybe a little bit healing, but all of these heroes are very good healers compared to Gustin. So I don't know why Itakua is there, but it looks like it will be Amenra to me, because she also heals, she is very good, strong support. And all of these except Itakua are used in seal land clears with the Transcendence hero themselves. So that will make sense to have Amenra there, right? Well, let's move to Tenant Spot 2. In here, I will talk about the Transcendence heroes later, so let's check out the normal faction ones. Again, we have very good seal and support heroes. We have Shaho, Takes, Russell, Woldek, and Sherlock. Russell doesn't really support like the others, but he has Dazzle, I think. That's why it makes kinda sense. And the seal and light clears include Asmodel the Dauntless, Andrea, Russell, and 3 Michels, I think, something like that. You can also use some other heroes, but Michels died twice, so that's very good for Andrea passive. Um, so by going for this kinda thing, I think we will be having Kerry here as the second hero, because she is also very great seal and support. Mostly use, like, you will mostly use Amun-Ra copies, Kerry copies, and then Aspen there to clear the seal land. So yeah, I think it will be Amun-Ra in the second spot for spot 2. And then at spot 3, this is where it gets kind of interesting. Now instead of, we don't have seal and supports anymore, so these are looking like mostly latest release heroes from their factions, and also mostly useless. Like, we have Flora, we have Saja, we have, wait, not Saja, we have Tusilago, we have Morex and Inosuke. Like, none of these are really worth to build. There is just Eloise here, which is very good. I don't know, Shadow seems like it's weird. The other four are always the same topic, but Shadow is different with Itakua and Eloise here. So yeah, looking at this, I think it will be Porches here as the first hero, because he is the latest released, and he is pretty useless. I think DH wants the... This tenant spot is mostly used by Whales, you know? And they want them to build useless heroes, I think. Like, they want them to get these copies for every hero. So that's why I think it will be Porches instead of something like Drake. And I think there will be a second hero here as well for Aspen. Because if you look at this, only Vesa doesn't have a second spot. I think Aspen will have it. And that's why I think they changed the PO event reward to Natasha instead of having Annabelle this won't. You know, next week we have special event for Aspen, so people will be mostly orbing, and they will get Natasha copies. So I think why they did it is that they want to make Natasha the second Tenant Spot 3 hero, because it will be, if they did Annabelle, I don't think they want to make it Tenant for Aspen. So yeah, that's why I think Annabelle was skipped, and they are making Natasha next week, because they want to make it a tenant for Aspen, in case you don't have porches, you can just build it next week by orbing. And then we have the tenant spot 4. Um, so let's go back to tenant spot 2 and 4 for Transcendence Heroes. So for this, I think I'm going to change the screen a little bit. So if we look at all the tenants so far for Transcendence Heroes, you will see that Asmodel the Dauntless and Swordflash Shah are only used 2 times as a tenant, while Halora and Jahra are used 3 times, and Vesa isn't a tenant yet. So that being said, since Vesa isn't a tenant yet, I think it's very highly likely that she will be a tenant spot 4, tenant for Aspen. And for the tenant spot 2, um, I would like to think that they kind of want to balance all of them. So, all of them have 3 tenants. I mean, 3 jobs as tenants. So it should be either SFX or Asmodel, I think. And in that case, Asmodel make more sense because, first of all, he is a warrior. SFX is an assassin, so assassins give less stats as a tenant than warriors. And it's also like Asmodel is a warrior, Aspen is a warrior, so they're both warriors, so it makes more sense to make it tenant as the same kind of hit, the same class. So I think it will be Asmodel in tenant spot 2 and Vesa tenant spot 4. So in the end, I think the Aspen tenants will look like this. If SFX is a tenant instead of Asmodel, it would mean that Asmodel will, wait, not Asmodel, I mean Aspen. Sorry about that. So if SFX is tenant for Aspen, I think that would mean Aspen is gonna take SFX place as a main damage dealer hero, the carry hero. And that makes SFX useless, so it kinda makes sense to keep her as a tenant for Aspen in that case. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense, right? So yeah, that's what I think. We will see next week if it's correct or not. Leave down some comments if you think some other thing about these tenants. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.